Life is about putting your head down, working, and logical learning. And Saturn in Pisces is going to come at you and be like, oh, baby, there's a whole side of life that you have not even seen yet. Mm-hmm. And because it's Saturn, it's going to teach you in the hardest of ways because Saturn is not the teacher that's going to be like, okay, we'll learn here and we'll do that. Saturn's going to be like, oh, I see that you haven't studied for the past 10 years.
Right.
Pop quiz.
I'm good. I was tired this week. I ain't gonna lie. That full moon, that Virgo full moon came in
yes.
like, oh woo, told me to sit my ass down.
No, literally. And it's so funny because, Virgo's the one that's like always like working hard, push yourself.
Right, like get up and work.
Exactly. And like, I feel like, obviously with the full moon, it's telling you, what do you need to let go of to stop being such a try-hard? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why do you feel the need to overwork and overproduce and overdo it? Like, we need to have healthy boundaries around how much of ourselves we give to the world.
Yes.
That's what it was really trying to teach you. So I'm not surprised that more than a lot of other full moons, it was so tiring.
Yeah.
For the collective.
No, for sure. Because when I was laying there in my bed alone...
Yeah.
I was thinking this too, like, wow, I'm so tired because of how much I give myself to other people and how I show up in certain times. And sometimes I shouldn't be showing up as much as I do, And other times, sometimes I need to be showing up more, I need to learn how to properly distribute that energy.
Yeah.
And I feel like this full moon was making me think of that for sure.
No, for sure. Because I genuinely feel like I have so much energy to go around, and I'm one of those people where like I don't know that I've been going through it until I feel like I don't have anything to give anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm burnt out. That's when I'm like, oh, so I've been overdoing it. You
right.
know what I mean?
don't know.
And like I want to be better at like kind of reading the room and being like, oh shit, like I'm getting to that space where I'm getting really, really tired and soon I'm going to drop the ball on everything.
Yeah.
If I don't stop or if I don't distribute it.
Yeah.
In a better way. So I feel like, yes, I feel you. We're all there. And this past full moon was just crazy because that same day Saturn moved into Pisces. So it was the most astrological charged day of the year.
A shift.
And it was a lot. It was intense. And I know we're probably going to get so many questions about Saturn and Pisces. I know I've had friends already reach out to me like, what does this mean? I keep reading about it. And that was one of the things that I really wanted to talk about in this episode, at the beginning of this episode. I want to talk about Saturn and Pisces and what it means. Obviously, I'm not a predictor of the future, but I can let you guys know what the energy is and what we'll be working with. And if you have a Saturn in Pisces natally, like me, what it might mean for you. I think a lot of people are confused about the meaning of Saturn in Pisces. It's like the planet of restrictions and boundaries, and Pisces that is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune and
no
illusions.
boundaries.
Literally. So the best way I can describe it is, and I feel like as a Saturn and Pisces native, I feel like I know this energy more than other people. And it really just has to do with emotional boundaries and also empathy. I feel like we talk about this often. It sometimes feels like there is zero empathy in this world.
Yeah.
And it's harder for people to put themselves in other people's shoes and understand why they are reacting the way that they're reacting. And obviously Saturn loved being in Aquarius. It's its home planet. But that doesn't mean that energy was, like, amazing.
Right, it was, like, good for everybody.
Like, we went through the whole ass pandemic. Like, people, you know what I mean? We were seeing some of the darkest times humanity has seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So with Saturn and Pisces, I genuinely feel like if you lack basic empathy, it's not going to be good for you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If you can't put yourself in other people's shoes, Saturn is going to teach you to do so.
Yeah, you're going to struggle.
You're going to learn.
Yeah.
And Saturn and Pisces natives, I genuinely feel like we're the type to always assume that people are always mad at us. And that if we were to not put ourselves in their shoes, that they would never give that energy back to us. Stop having all these like emotional expectations and just do what you want to do, but obviously be kind to people.
Yeah.
And I feel like people either they're really good at being taken advantage of, or there is zero respect when it comes to other people's emotions.
Yeah.
And I feel like Saturn in Pisces is going to teach us that middle ground. How can you understand people, but also not be so passive in the sense that you let them walk all over you because you're trying to understand them.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like there's just so much that is lacking in humanity at its current state when it comes to emotional boundaries.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I'm actually very excited about this transit to see kind of how people are going to act and like the collective is going to act, because just like you said, Pisces likes to live in this like middle ground area a lot of the time. You know, they're very comfortable there. But to really be thriving in that area, you have to have good boundaries and say, hey, this isn't working for me or this is working for me, right? Otherwise, you get into a place where you feel unbalanced and unhappy and you feel taken advantage of, or you're working too hard. You know, like I feel like these things are going to come up a lot for people because, like you said, our emotional boundaries are going to be tested. So that means by like people, by work, you know?
Yeah.
More so than you may have realized in the past.
Yeah. I also feel like it will be a time where people will tap into their spirituality more than ever because, I mean, if you're even thinking about boundaries, emotional boundaries, and you're so logical that you don't even think about those things, well, maybe you need to tap into your spirituality to understand the power of emotions, the power of emotional boundaries. If you're so logical to the point where you don't even try to step into that spiritual side of life, Saturn in Pisces is also going to be very hard for you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to think that, oh, that holds no weight. I don't care. Like, who cares about that shit? Life is about putting your head down, working, and logical learning. And Saturn in Pisces is going to come at you and be like, oh, baby, there's a whole side of life that you have not even seen yet. And because it's Saturn, it's going to teach you in really, really, in the hardest of ways, because it's not going to, Saturn is not the teacher that's going to be like, okay, we'll learn here and we'll do that. Saturn's going to be like, oh, I see that you haven't studied for the past 10 years.
Right.
Pop quiz.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And kind of like you're saying earlier, for the people who are really strict, right? They are going to have these very hard tests. They are going to be potentially losing relationships because they aren't willing to open up emotionally and go past uncomfortable areas at times. You know, like you're going to be challenged in these ways.
I feel like another beauty of it, yes, is that like your spirituality and the fantasies that you have about this world, they will essentially be very grounded. And you're probably thinking, you just didn't make any sense at all. What do you mean? Grounded spirituality. What does that mean? Well, it really means that everything that you have learned about manifestation, about spirituality, about, just like fantasize it in your mind. And if you dream big enough, it'll come to life. That's exactly what it'll be. If you tap into that spiritual side of you and really understand that, oh shit, the things I dream about, I can make come to life. Saturn and Pisces will help you do so because it's grounding all of your fantasies.
Yeah.
It's teaching you that those things are very attainable. Just dream big enough and work hard and it'll happen. But you can't just work hard. You also need to dream. You also need to have that Piscean fantasy with it.
Yeah, that playland of thinking, because it's not your reality now, but to actually change your reality, you have to think it.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're not putting yourself in that place, how are you actually ever going to get there? And that's why Pisces is so good at dreaming and why I love their imagination, because they really do make shit happen just from believing in their heart. And I feel like people who have already been doing this will probably be more rewarded in this time.
Exactly.
Because they already have been moving with that energy and it comes a little bit more naturally to them. And I feel also people who have this placement naturally are probably going to be like, finally people are understanding where I'm at, you know, like meeting me, like the collective is going to rise where y'all have always been at a little bit,
Truly.
You know, probably not same level, but we're all going to take a step up to you.
Pisces and Saturn folks are very, very sensitive, very empathetic. Like sometimes I look at people and I saw that on TikTok, some other people feel this way too. Sometimes I look at people and I could just start crying by looking at them because I'm like, they have their own set of problems and they're going through things and I don't know anything about them. And you know what I mean? Like, life is so hard, you know? And like, everyone's going to be feeling that. Everyone's going to be dealing with that. And, you know, it's not just all rainbows and butterflies, obviously. Like, if you're having your Saturn return, you're going to learn things as well, and it's not just going to be easy breezy. But for the collective as well, Saturn, let's not forget, Saturn is all about reality check. So how can we have a reality check in the sign of Pisces? You know, if you are disillusioned, you will still have that reality check. But I feel like more than anything, if you tap into your spirituality, you will be able to overcome that. The lesson of Saturn and Pisces is to use your spirituality to have that reality check.
Yeah.
Not push it away in the hopes that it's not real.
Right. Don't do the bad Pisces thing where like you avoid it so much because it's like comfortable and then you stay in that disillusion.
Exactly.
Right? Like you need to change it. And it's easier to change right now if you're focused and you dream about it.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Another thing that I want to say that we've kind of touched on already is like this is going to be a very, I feel, creative time for people where they are making more art and wanting to express themselves in maybe traditional ways. And that's going to be really fun to see. But I feel like also in a mix with like technology, we have to be kind of still lingering from, you know, we're also coming in the age of Aquarius in Pluto. It's going to be a very interesting mix with technology and this playland non-reality sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, like, also be careful of maybe the media that you are indulging in this time too, because things are changing.
Absolutely. And I feel like with Saturn and Aquarius, I feel like the internet was a scary place. And not to say it's not going to be an even scarier place with Pluto moving into Saturn soon, but I do want to say exactly with Saturn and Pisces, I want people to be a little bit more delusional when it comes to sharing their shit. Share your shit. Assume everyone loves it.
Yes.
Leave. Don't be reading the comments. If people, like, you know what I mean? Like, share your art with the world and literally forget what everyone has to say about it. Assume everyone loves it. You know what I mean? Pisces is very sensitive energy, so you will be more sensitive if people are saying negative things about your art or about how you express yourself if it's not traditional. So just do your thing and tap into that Piscean energy of like, I live in a world where everyone loves me and everyone loves my craft. You know?
Yeah.
Like, tap into that.
Yes.
Because fuck what
100%.
people think, especially when you feel like it's right and you need to express yourself in this way.
What the fuck is that?
I feel like when you want to express yourself in this way, it really doesn't matter what people have to say about it.
No.
It's what feels right for you, and you feel the need to share it with the world. So do that and close the book.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. 100% just like walk to the beat of your own drum. Like when Pisces are really like thriving and being their best selves, they are doing that. They don't care if other people think that they're silly or they're being overly romantic or whatever it may be that they may say, you know, about a Piscean.
Yeah.
They don't care because they're happy.
They are.
You know, they're doing their own thing. So like take that energy and just make sure that you're making yourself happy.
Make sure you're making yourself happy and make sure that people don't use your emotions to get a rise out of you and that they don't use your emotions to take you less seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Pisces, Saturn. Like I've shared this on this podcast is I feel like when I was young, I felt dumb when I would cry. I felt dumb when I was so sensitive because I was around all these adults that just didn't show emotion. So I was like, what is wrong with me? Why am I always crying? Why is my first resort to cry when I feel overwhelmed? And then come to realize it's my power. I'm sensitive. Who's coming to me all the time as an adult and venting? All the people that weren't crying in front of me when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Because I'm sensitive and I understand them. So I, with Pisces, you know what I mean? With Pisces energy and Saturn, you know, being mixed in with that, I want you guys to not let anyone tell you your emotions and your emotional reactions because of it. I don't take you seriously. Fuck that. Emotions are powerful. Emotions fuel your creativity. Your creativity gives you freedom in this life, whether it's financial, spiritual, emotional. So don't let anyone take away your emotional freedom.
100%. Because too, like as you were speaking, it just reminds me like when you're able to express your emotions, you're basically saying, I feel comfortable to share this with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how dare you, when somebody says, I feel comfortable in this moment, to you be like,
Yeah. Literally.
You know? Or if someone does do that, know that that's not your friend, that's not your bud. You know what I mean?
And guess what? It is still a release.
It is.
When we were younger and we expressed it and it was someone that was like you said, we felt like we had to take back our emotion and put it back in. And that takes away from the power of expressing your emotions. When you express your emotions, you're releasing something. So you feel lighter, you feel better. But when an adult tells you that, I don't want all that, you take it in as a child and then you become traumatized. So as an adult, when you express it and someone doesn't react the way you want them to, still release it. Release it. Don't take it back in. All right, you didn't like it, whatever. At least I released it. Bye.
Right.
I won't do that again with you. But don't be ashamed of it.
Because the power is in releasing it and sharing it, you know?
Yep.
Okay, so keeping in the theme of Pisces, you know, I like to ask, what is Pisces superpower? So let's talk about it. What do you think is one of Pisces superpowers? Because obviously there's a lot.
Ugh. There's so many. I feel like my favorite Pisces superpower is the fact that they believe in me. I don't know. Like, there's just something so magical about being around a Pisces and sharing your wildest fantasies and wildest dreams, wildest things you want to manifest in this life, and they just believe in it with you. And they don't think it's too far-fetched. They think you're so capable of doing that and of having that. And I feel like if you feel magical in this life and you get to also be around another human that is that magical and also believes in you, it essentially fuels your dreams even more.
Yeah.
It fuels the power of your dreams even more. It's a very beautiful type of energy to be around because, as we know, negative Nancys, they suck the soul out of you.
It's true.
And Pisces is the absolute opposite of that.
Yes.
They fuel your dreams. They fuel the things
fill up that cup.
Yeah,
fill
that
it
you
up, fill it
want,
up.
that make you feel happy, that make you feel fulfilled. And I say this as a Scorpio who, I see people's intentions through their eyes. And when I'm looking into the eyes of my Pisces boyfriend or the eyes of other Pisceans, I just see that glimmer of like, they really, really believe in me and they understand what I'm talking about and my passion for something when I'm talking about the things that I love. I'll be talking to them like, I want to do this, I want to do that. And like, well, like, best case scenario, this would happen. And they're just like looking back at me like with those cheerful eyes.
Yes, like, it can happen.
Yeah, and I just feel like, well, they're like my fairy godmother.
Yes.
Or fairy boyfriend.
Anything is possible with the Pisces.
Exactly. And I feel like that's my favorite thing.
Yes.
If you have a Piscean's blessing in your life, don't take it for granted because I feel like they're magical.
No, 100%. I feel like their manifestation power and their healing power is just so strong.
Yeah.
And you're so right. When you're like talking to a Piscean and you're like sharing your hopes and dreams, they do just look back at you like so lovingly, like, anything can happen for you, baby. I believe, you know?
Literally.
And just, that's so refreshing when there's so many people who, like you said, are negative Nancys, don't think good things are going to happen, or even low-key don't believe in you, but wouldn't have the balls to, like, say that. But Pisces is like, well, why not? Why can't it happen?
Right.
And it's a very, like, innocence isn't the right word, but it's the only thing that is, like, coming to my mind. It's just, like, a pure energy.
Yeah.
That you regularly see in children and not as much
Literally.
in adults, but you see it in Pisceans.
Protect Pisceans by all means, at all costs. Protect their energy.
I feel like what I deem as one of their superpowers goes very hand in hand with yours, which is their imagination.
Yeah.
Like, I love to play. Like, when I was a little kid, make-believe was my favorite.
The best.
And I feel like with Pisceans today, like, we still play make-believe, you know? And it's just so fun. Like, we always say, like, you know, we're able to, like, build off of each other. And maybe it's a mutable thing. Yeah. Because you have Gemini moon, right? And I'm Sagittarius Sun, if y'all don't know this. But it's just so fun to see also how their brain works. Yeah. Because the sky's the limit.
It is.
You know, like, the limit does not exist.
It does not. And if there is a limit, we're going to watch it crash and burn.
Right, we're going to push it.
Literally, especially with the Sag and the Pisces.
And
absolutely.
It's just, again, really fun, inspiring energy, refreshing energy to be around. I feel like there are such vampire energies in this world sometimes, you know? And this is not
one of them.
Usually one of them.
Yeah. Unless they're feeling toxic.
Exactly. Because they can also be toxic. You know, I don't
Exactly.
want to just be sucking their dicks over here. They have their bad times too.
Yeah. Don't we all, baby?
Right. But we're talking about their superpowers.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I actually love this Pisces talk because me and my boyfriend, we had a date night last week, and after the date night, there was like a bookstore in front of the restaurant, and he was like, "You want to pop in there?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, I want to pop in there." And then he had this amazing idea, his Pisces mind. He was like, "Yeah, we should like get the same book and like have a little book club." And I was like, "You are speaking to me in ways that I've never been spoken to before. You want to freaking read a book together and talk about it? I would love to do that."
Hot.
So we got this cool like dark academia like fictional book, and like
fun.
we're gonna read like a chapter a week, and like when we see each other, like talk about it. And I'm just like so excited. And I feel like that's like the Piscean brain, like little cute ideas like that, where it's like, let's go get lost in a little world, and then let's talk about it,
Right.
You know?
Yes, and let's create a new one together.
Yeah.
You know, because this is something new that you guys hadn't done before.
Exactly.
But it's like, this is something that he does regularly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And your Piscean friends, family members, like, they probably do that stuff. Because they're just so cute and thoughtful in that way.
Exactly, and it just made me so happy. It made me so happy, and I just had to share because I just love him.
What a sweetie pie.
I know.
I love. You know me with all the silly news.
Dude, I know.
So I saw a new alcoholic beverage that is being put out in the market. Sunny D vodka seltzers.
Now this I can get down with. And you know usually anything that is dumb, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yes.
Oh my God, okay.
They're trying to tap into the childhood of us, of our millennial generation.
I mean, that's like kind of lit.
Right?
Like,
I feel like I have to try it.
What does the packaging look like? I want it to be something cool.
It was kind of cute. It was a little basic.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's fun if it's basic, as long as they're not doing too much.
No, they're not doing too much.
Okay.
They're not doing too much.
That's cute. Do they have different flavors? Does it come in the little, like what does it come in?
They should have done that, but they
should have put
didn't.
it in the original, like, pop it in there. They're like, I'm here with my little seltzer. I'd have been lit.
No, they're in cans.
Oh,
you know,
that's
like
fine.
the Trulies
But
and
cans
stuff.
aren't even good for the environment.
Oh, no.
Interesting. Okay, I'm really excited to try it.
Yes.
That sounds really
delicious.
delicious.
We should get it and maybe try it on the pod.
You know, we should.
Yeah.
Would you guys like that? We'll so do it.
Yeah, we'll so do it. I just feel like so many companies, though, are trying to get into the seltzer game. And I'm, like, overwhelmed with seltzers.
There's so many options.
You know?
I'm just going to stick with the ones I fuck with.
Right.
And if something really catches my eye, I'll try it.
Right. I'm almost, like, not even, like, trying new seltzers anymore. Yeah. There's too many.
There's
it's
like, a lot.
I mean,
it's not possible to try every single.
No, it's true.
You want me to try a new one every time I go to the store? Fuck you and fuck that.
Right.
Like, I'm going to get my usual unless something, sparks my interest.
Yeah. Really,
I mean, I feel like that's usually me when it comes to everything. I'm not the kind of person that needs to try the new thing for any industry. I stick with what I like until something else catches my eye.
Yeah.
And I let it happen naturally.
Yeah.
But I know there's people out there that, like, they want to try everything. And then there's people out there who never give up the thing that they fuck with.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle of, like, I like to see what else is there if it naturally sparks my interest.
Totally.
As
we've said, we're suckers for good marketing. So you have to have, like, some good packaging.
The branding has to be on point.
Yeah.
It has to make me feel like, wow, looking at this makes me feel good.
Right. I'm cool with that.
Exactly. I'm the visual gal.
Yeah.
Does it look good on the Instagram story? And then it has to taste good too.
All about the aesthetic.
Exactly.
But yeah, also that, because I'm not going to waste my money again if it's not tasting good.
If the product itself is not good, the packaging, null and void.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
I saw this new article that came out, though, from, like, the Worldwide Health Institute or something,
Mm-hmm.
some World Health,
Mm-hmm.
basically saying that like no alcohol amount is like a good
Yeah.
amount
Yeah. No
to
shit.
drink.
Even wine.
I know, and I was just like, 0?
Yeah,
like, I mean,
0.
I know it's not good, but
0.
yeah, like
Yeah,
0.
it's
Like
0.
not a single drop.
It's
is
0
good.
because it dehydrates you. Think about it. We do everything we can to literally stay hydrated.
Yeah.
We need water. Alcohol does the exact opposite. And let's say, oh, well, I'll just drink plenty of water. How many percentage of people are like, I need to make sure I'm drinking just enough water to
While I'm drinking
make
the alcohol?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
no one's
no.
fucking doing that.
It's so true.
And besides, I feel like the actual alcohol itself, and I drink alcohol, you know what I mean? So I'm not here like, I'm better than everyone. No, I know these things. When you drink alcohol too, besides what it's doing to your body, it makes you not live your best life even after you drink it. The next day you're sluggish. You're probably not being as productive as you would have been if you didn't drink.
yeah.
You probably are not communicating as well as you would have if you didn't drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's just like so many things about it that are like, oof. But that's the case with everything in life.
No, it's true.
Do what you want to do
Mm-hmm.
as long as you feel like you're living a fulfilled life.
Yeah. Yes. 100%.
You know I have to talk about Vanderpump Rules.
Yes.
You know I have to talk about Vanderpump Rules. And if you guys don't watch Bravo, you don't watch reality TV, I mean, who do you think you're watching? We watch a lot of reality TV.
Right.
And we like to give our opinion.
Uh-huh. And I feel like everyone has found out about Vanderpump.
Yeah. Even if you didn't know, now you know. Now you know.
Exactly.
I would honestly say Vanderpump Rules is better than all the Housewives franchises. And I'm not the only one thinking this of all the Bravo fans. Like, we still watch the Housewives. They're iconic. But Vanderpump Rules is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these people were not rich coming onto this show. This is a real group of friends who were servers at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. If you don't know, Lisa Vanderpump is in the Housewives of Beverly Hills. She used to be. She was one of the OGs. And she's a restaurateur. So she lives in LA and she owns multiple restaurants. She realized at some point that, the men and the women working at one of my restaurants, the servers, they're a group of friends. And their life is kind of messy. And they all kind of fuck each other. You know what I mean? And there's drama. Let's start a show about it. So came to be Vanderpump Rules, which was all about the servers that worked at her restaurant, Sir, and their inner working, their group's dynamic, you know, which was very juicy. Anyway, and I want you, Maya, as I'm telling this story, if you have questions or if you think people that don't watch this would have questions, ask me so we can make it a better conversation for people that don't know what the fuck is going on.
For sure. And for reference point, like, Sarah has always watched Vanderpump
watched
Rules.
since 2011 when
Yes,
it came out.
and
When I was
like
in high school.
I feel like just in this last year, I
Yeah.
kind of started sitting down and watching it with
Yeah.
you more. But I've always watched like some episodes here and there.
I'm always giving her the tea
Exactly.
because I'm like so into it.
Yeah.
And like she's my best friend. Like
So I feel like I'm part
almost
of the
telling
friend
her
group.
about my other group of friends.
Yeah. Basically. That's how it is. Don't you guys feel that way when you talk to your friends about reality
Yeah.
shows?
Look, you know what I mean? You're like, and I heard.
Yeah.
Anyway, so where do I even begin? So there was this couple that got together during the second season of the show, which was about 10 years ago. So they've been together for 10 years. And to set the tone, they're both Cancers. I always felt like, like they're together. They're like the couple that has been together since the show started. Like some of the other OG couples, not together. All of them not together. This is the only couple that has lasted for 10 years. And
this is Tom.
Yeah, his name is Tom and Ariana. And I'm not trying to go too much into the details because you guys are like, what the fuck? But like, I just have to talk about it because it's so intense. And they have been together for 10 years. And it just came out this past week that he has been having a 7-month long affair. Well, it's not alleged anymore, with this new girl that came to the cast 2 years ago. And when this new girl came, no one liked her. Ariana, the girl that this girl fucked over, was one of the only girls that accepted her into the group, wanted to see her win, really backed her up to the point where literally last week, this girl, her name is Raquel, real name is Rachel, the one that he cheated on Ariana with, she was doing a whole press tour talking about Ariana's one of my only close friends. And this is still when the 7-month affair is happening. She was still talking about Ariana's one of my friends. She's the only one that accepted me into this group, saying all this shit. And then come to find out you've been sleeping with her man of 10 years. And it's insane. It's insane. And you guys, the worst part is this dude tried to tell her when it all came out. And it came out because they were, oh God, where did I even go? It all came out because she found a video of the girl on his phone masturbating. So just like heartbreaking, completely heartbreaking, disgusting.
God,
and when they had the conversation and, you know, she felt very betrayed, he tried to gaslight her and say, well, you've just been so depressed. I was worried about your mental health. And then your like grandma died and all this. Like basically trying to tell her all the reasons why he couldn't do it.
Why he couldn't break up with her?
If you cheated on someone, had an affair for 7 months, stop with the this is why. The this is why does not matter. You betrayed that person. It's time for you to own up and apologize. The this is why is not an apology. There's never a good excuse to cheat on someone for 7 months straight.
Yeah.
I don't care why you didn't do it. Just say that you messed up. I think it's so annoying when people try to gaslight you and say, well, because of this is why I did that.
Right.
Own up to it.
100%. Take accountability for your actions, because at the end of the day, in my view, it's like, if it's already raining, let it fucking pour. Dump me then.
No,
you
literally,
know, like, if you're not actually going to support me through this stuff, I'd rather fucking get through it alone.
And then people are trying to say,
she seems like that strong of a
most people
woman.
are Team Ariana, and most people, I love this girl, by the way. I always thought she was so smart, and like, I'm like, why is she on reality TV? Like, she's so smart and dope. But like, it's fine. You know, do what you want to do. So when this happened to her, I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. And people are trying to say, well, how you get them is how you lose them. Because 10 years ago, when Ariana and him got together, he had a girlfriend and Ariana and him had kissed. But him and his girlfriend were constantly cheating on each other. So it wasn't like, oh, he stepped out. And this is so different than this situation. Because this is a 10-year relationship. And they're in their, he's 40 actually. He's 40 years old. So this is not when they're in their like 20s. This is a 10-year relationship. And a 7-month affair is very different than a kiss with a girl 10 years ago when you were in your early 20s. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, how you get them is how you lose them. Stop it. These people own a home together. They're certified married damn near.
Yeah. Oh, God.
It's disgusting. And the worst part is I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about how, you know, they live in a home together, and she had obviously all her friends rallying around her. And he comes home, like, without even saying that he's coming home when she's going through all this.
Yeah.
And when one of her girls went up to go talk to him and say, hey, can you just, like, let us know before you come home? Like, she doesn't want to be here. She doesn't want to see you. And he's like, this is my house, too. If she wants to leave, she can leave. And this is after he put out 2 statements apologizing publicly to her. First statement wasn't even about her. Didn't mention her at all. He said, please don't come for my business. Please don't come for my business partner. And then when everyone was like, what about the apology to Ariana? He put out a second statement about her. Fraudulent. And then after that, he comes home and is like, if she wants to leave, she can leave. No remorse.
He does not.
I think he might be a narcissist.
Yeah.
I think.
For
I don't
sure.
want to throw that word around because I know everyone does, but I feel like he's a narcissist.
I mean, because he's literally taking no accountability, sees that he's done no wrong, and then feels entitled to things. Like, what?
Like, this is
How are
ultimate
you the
betrayal.
entitled one when you fuck people over?
Exactly. Besides your man of 10 years literally cheating on you, then the girl that you befriended that you literally invite everywhere, and yet you're trying to help her feel comfortable in this new life in LA is also the one that's sleeping with him. The worst part is, throughout the season, throughout the show, they both were wearing matching necklaces to show their secret love to each other. Tell me that's not disgusting. Like, that is just
fucking
the
sick. Sick. Because you just know that all of this from the both of them was very intentional, premeditated. You know what I mean? So the fact that they have been trying to be like, oh, well, you know, it kind of just happened. We fell in love, like, or whatever. You know, this narrative, like, not taking accountability and responsibility for your very fucked up actions is just so gross.
And it's also annoying because Ariana from the very beginning has said she doesn't want kids and she doesn't want to get married. She's been one of those girls that's like, I don't care about tradition. Stop asking me about it. Like, it's just not my thing. She's one of the, and you know, I love an untraditional life. So we've always wrote for her and was like, that's what she wants to do. And she was very honest to Tom about it. Yeah. So if he wanted those things, he should have left. Yeah. She was very honest saying that. People are trying to say, well, maybe that's what he wanted. I'm like, you guys need to stop coming up with any excuse. If you don't want to be with someone, let them know. Go be with other people. Right. Like, stop using the excuse of maybe he wanted this, maybe he wanted that. Who gives a fuck? And my thing is, this is what I really want to talk about when I brought this up is I genuinely feel like as women, we have this sort of intuition. What if Ariana, a part of her deep inside knew that she couldn't be married to this man? Like, who's to say? I know for a fact she's about to thrive. I always thought Tom was annoying as fuck. I thought he literally was a loser compared to her. But I supported them because I really liked her. But now that, you know, the universe made them
has removed
separate, I feel like she's about to thrive.
Yeah.
And my thing is who's to say that, because it actually came out like last year, 2 years ago, that she froze her eggs. Not saying that she wanted to have kids, but she wanted to have autonomy over her life. Yeah. So I just feel like it's interesting because I genuinely feel like as women, we have this intuition of like, maybe this isn't a good guy. Maybe this isn't a good guy. So who's to say? And I'm so glad that they're not married and that they don't have kids together.
That it's not like a nasty divorce and things that they're going through like the other Tom and
literally,
you know,
and it's crazy because people are also saying that maybe Rachel is about to get pregnant, and now it's like they're gonna be like, oh well, we're in love, and no one can really come for them because they're in love.
Oh my God, that would be the shadiest.
They're gonna walk in. People are assuming they're gonna walk in hand at the reunion and double down on it. Isn't that insane?
I mean, it's kind of your only option at this point.
I mean, it's your only option. And the worst part is, even if you were to do that, no one in the cast is going to film with you. The other Tom, maybe, but everyone else is looking at you as like, you are the enemy.
You are dead to us. You are dead to the crew.
Like, it's messed up. It's disgusting. It's the ultimate betrayal.
Those
are the people you need to be scared of, you guys. The people that smile in your face. Do not worry about the enemy that boldly tells you they hate you.
Right.
Be scared of the enemy that laughs in your face and tells you you're their best friend and meanwhile is sleeping with your man for 7 months.
Oh my gosh. Watching this season back with you now, or like, it's crazy because I'm looking
like... It's psychotic behavior.
I'm like looking every second. I'm like, oh my God. So you were lying here.
Yeah.
So you were...
Yeah.
Wow. Got it. Wow. You're a shady ass bitch. And you could just see it in her face. You know what I mean?
Because to me,
like, I feel like I see like a little smirk. Like,
like I got one up on you.
Right. Why is she so obsessed with her?
I mean, she
wants to be her.
She's cool. I'm telling you, Ariana's dope. She's cool. She's a cool girl. She's beautiful. She's smart. Like, she's a businesswoman. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, God.
Oh, my God. You're so right. She is the worst kind of slimiest, grimiest, nastiest, ugliest human.
Because
you're gonna smile in my face.
It's triggering.
When you fucking my man.
The worst part
I will kill you.
She's never gonna. Ariana's not gonna have any. She's gonna have the worst trust issues.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. You can't help but almost think. Well, when that happens to you, you can't help but think, holy shit! Like, do I not have an intuition? Like, how did I not catch this? It makes you lose sense of yourself and your ability to trust yourself. So I'm so happy that she has literally a big group of girls that ride for her and that are supporting her and are there for her. Because literally when you're going through something like that, your support system is the most important thing.
100%.
They need to validate you.
100%. Can I also say I feel like it's really good that they're all newly single?
Yeah.
Because
I told Maya, next season's going to be lit.
It would be, I feel, harder if all of them were like in a happy, healthy relationship.
Yeah, because she would,
you know?
You can't help but feel triggered. You're happy for your friend being in a healthy relationship.
100%.
But the fact that literally a lot of the main women on this show recently got divorced or separated because of shitty men. So the fact that all these dope, powerful women are about to be single and are about to, make Ariana feel better, but really the dynamic of the group will be empowering altogether. I think next season's going to be lit. I can't wait to watch these girls thrive.
Yes.
And have fun together.
Yes.
And be around men, not boys.
Right.
Little bitch boys.
Right. Who are still trying to like chase the
Literally.
limelight. You know what I mean?
Okay, guys, this dude Tom has a cover band and he thinks he is like the fucking main singer of like, I don't know, the Beatles or something.
Literally.
Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
Who
do you think you are?
Nobody.
And she would be supporting him in the front row.
I know.
And that's how she found out, you guys. His phone fell out of his pocket while he was performing. Someone gave it to her so no one steps on it. And she said she had this intuition. She said she's never been the type to check a man's phone, but she's just been having this intuition. She checks it. She sees those videos. Allegedly.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that crazy? When God wants you to know, you will find out. And it will be sad, and it will make you feel so bad about yourself. But it's so much better than not knowing.
100%. And I feel, God, it's so terrible, but in some ways it's a blessing in disguise that it was so blatant. Because they could have probably pushed off some text or something. Literally. You know what I mean?
Exactly. This is, I'm telling you.
This was exactly the way it needed
proof
to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly the way it needed to happen.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's insane. Honestly, I just have to tell people 2 things. You don't want to be with someone, break up with them. Please break up with them.
Lord have mercy,
Just
please.
break up with them. Let them know. I don't care how uncomfortable it feels. Short-term discomfort is better than long-term disloyalty. All right? Break up with people. And 2, for the ladies, be careful who you befriend. Please, please do not bring people around your circle too soon. And I'm not saying this as a way to instill fear in you. I'm saying this as someone who cares about you. Who's your internet bestie? I want you to be very careful. When you find a new friend, hang out with them more and see if they have other friends. I'm not saying everyone, that doesn't have other friends is a bad person, but sometimes, most of the times, it is a red flag if they don't have any other friends.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't carry on other relationships?
Yeah.
That's a little concerning to me.
It is.
Especially for someone who can have multiple and nurture multiple relationships.
Exactly.
I don't want to be your all in everything either, because that's going to create some weird animosity,
No.
And
also, I'm all about looking up to your friends and inspiring each other. But if you're so far up my ass talking about how I'm like your biggest role model, that's will also be a red flag for me. Yeah. I want to be around equals. Yeah. Really.
People who I find my equal.
Yeah. I'm not saying like every strength I have needs to be your strength, but I'm saying that we balance each other out. I never want you to think I'm better than you and that you need to like be me. Like that's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. You got to make sure your friends aren't jealous of you.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not a hot take, but it's so easy to want to have those types of people around because all they're doing is hyping you up and telling you how dope you are and how they want to be like you. And it's like, you need to realize, like, that's not a compliment. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
And it might turn into a Lifetime movie.
Right.
Or the new season of Vanderpump Rules. Go watch it on Bravo. It's good. And start from season 1. This ain't no Housewives. You can start at season 4. The first seasons were giving everything and more. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
Run it. Okay, so there's something that I saw that's supposed to be happening in tech. So I guess Meta is trying to take on Twitter in a way and create a new app that is supposed to be similar to Twitter, and you would log in from your Instagram is what I read.
Stop. Just stop. Dude, Facebook. I'm not calling you Meta. You're Facebook. Literally. Like, I'm not calling you fucking Meta. You're Facebook. Know where you came from.
Right. We know who you are.
Yeah. You are literally doing way too much. Fix Instagram if you want to do something. If you need a project.
Right.
You need to fix Instagram. You need to get rid of Facebook, and you just need to shut the fuck up, literally, is what you need to do. You need to sit down. And you laying off people, you have time to fucking be making a new app, and you laying off people.
Right.
What are you doing? Get your priorities straight.
I feel like, even though Twitter obviously is kind of on the decline or whatever is happening there, Instagram is always breaking down. Like, we go to Twitter when Instagram is broken.
Literally.
So why would we?
No.
I can't rely on this new app.
Believe in you. We do not believe in you to create a new Twitter. And guess what? Who's going to come to this little fake Twitter? All the annoying fucking people on Facebook. They're like, oh, let me share my opinion.
That's so true.
I don't care about your opinion. No.
I don't want, no.
There's nothing cool about you. Seriously. Instagram is hanging on by a thread. All right? By a thread.
And and they know it, which is why I feel like they're trying to be like
desperate.
Maybe we can beat Twitter.
No.
You can't beat Twitter.
No.
If Twitter's going to fall, it will fall on their own.
Literally.
You're not going to take them out.
Literally. All right. Twitter is fucking Target and your Walmart. So relax.
Ah! That's so true, though. Not the Walmart.
You the Walmart.
Fuck, that's so good.
I just have to share something. New couple alert.
Oh.
Avril Lavigne and Tyga.
No.
Yes.
Sarah, no.
Yep. Spotted at Paris Fashion Week. Making out.
What?
How do you feel about that?
Confused. I love Avril Lavigne. I don't know if people know Avril Lavigne.
She is that bitch.
She is that bitch to me.
They also wore matching leather outfits.
No, they didn't.
At the fashion show.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I need to.
So Tyga's a Scorpio. We know this. Do you know what Avril's sign is?
She's a Libra.
See, they got that. Ooh, I'm sure she got some Scorpio in her chart.
Yeah, probably.
Right, and he probably got some Libra, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to look up Tyga's chart?
Yeah,
I'll look up that.
Avril Lavigne. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
Oh yeah, baby. Avril Lavigne is a Libra sun, Scorpio moon, and Venus in Scorpio.
Oh yeah.
And she also has a Mercury in Virgo and a Mars in Sagittarius.
Okay. Tyga has Scorpio sun, Leo moon, Mercury in Sagittarius, Venus in Capricorn.
Ooh,
Scorpio.
So that means they're
Scorpio Mars.
Yeah, they're pretty compatible.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it here first.
I'm tripping.
Everyone, tell us how you feel about this new couple. I would love to know because that is wild, and I don't know like how I feel.
I don't know how I feel about this.
They kind of might be iconic together.
They might be. Is he gonna get into his rocker stage and phase, or
they
is
need to
she
collab
gonna get
album?
Oh my god! Two of my childhood icons
colliding. Rock rap.
Yeah, that's totally a genre. That's like what
Rock
Lil
rap.
Uzi does.
Exactly.
You know, I'm here for this.
So here for it. I don't know if I am,
actually.
but it is something.
It would be something.
It is something for sure.
Something I would want to see. I just don't know if I'd be into.
Yeah.
I still want to see.
Exactly. I'm investing for sure. Thank you so much for kicking it with your besties.
Yes, we love you guys so much. Thank you for being patient with us while we be taking breaks and when we're sick. Okay, we have lives and things that we do outside of podcasting, even though we absolutely love doing this.
It's truly one of my favorite things to do is to be in front of this camera and hang out with you guys.
Yes, thank you for spending time with us.
Yes,
we really appreciate it.
We love the shit out of you. Don't forget to leave us a review if you're listening on Spotify, Apple. Leave us a review on those apps. It really helps us out. And if you want to see our faces and our reactions, go to the YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, give this video a like. Comment about your favorite part of this podcast. We love y'all so freaking much. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.